Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
Together, we're Backyard Musings, Apple Valley, People's Republic of Kaliatzlan.
And we are talking very interesting science topic today. Hopefully, everybody will be interested in this one.
Yeah, so we've had plenty of segments on dementia and Alzheimer's, so hopefully we learn something from this.
Yeah.
A new model of vascular dementia reveals hidden disease processes and raises urgent questions about the role of microplastics in brain health. Vascular dementia, a form of cognitive decline caused by disease in the brain's small blood cells, is common but has been studied less intensively than Alzheimer's disease, which is marked by abnormal plaques and protein triangles in the neural tissue. The research was highlighted by the editors of the American Journal of Pathology on August 8th, 2025. Would you like to know more?
A University of Mexico researcher aims to change that. In a recent paper, Elaine Bearer, MD, PhD, the Harvey Family Endowed and Distinguished Professor in the University of New Mexico School of Medicine's Department of Pathology, introduces a framework to define and classify different types of vascular dementia. She hopes the approach will help researchers better understand the disease's variants and speed the development of effective treatments. Amen to that.
Yeah. Conditions like hypertension, atherosclerosis, and diabetes have been linked to vascular dementia, but other contributing causes, including the recent discovery of significant quantities of nano and microplastics in human brains, remain poorly understood, Bearer said.
Now, I wonder where they're getting that stuff from. That's weird. But we have talked about that, right? We have talked
probably the PVC pipes that for our plumbing.
Yeah, let's not go there. So, quote, we have been flying blind, as she said. The various vascular pathologies have not been comprehensively defined, so we haven't known what we're treating. That's kind of scary. And we didn't know that nano and microplastics were in the picture because we couldn't see them, unquote.
Bearer identified 10 different disease processes that contribute to vascular-based brain injury, typically by causing oxygen or nutrient deficiency, leakage of blood serum, and inflammation or decreased waste elimination. These cause tiny strokes that harm neurons. She lists new and existing experimental techniques, including special stains and novel microscopy to detect them.
Interesting. For the paper, Bear used a specialized microscope to meticulously study tissue from a repository of brains donated by the families of New Mexicans who had died with dementia, employing stains that highlighted the damaged blood vessels. Interesting that they would do that. I didn't even know you could do that. That's interesting. Surprisingly, many patients diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease also had disease in the small blood vessels of the brain. We suspect that in New Mexico, maybe half of our Alzheimer's people also have vascular disease. That's a lot. Holy cow, that's a lot.
Wow.
Quote.
Bearer contends a methodical approach to identifying different forms of vascular dementia will help neurologists and neuropathologists more accurately score the severity of the disease in both living and deceased patients and advance the search for potential treatments and even cures. To make that happen, the National Institutes of Health has raised the possibility of forming a consensus group of leading neuropathologists to work on a new classification and scoring system, she said.
So again, just speaking in my simple man terms, why haven't they done that already? You know, why? I don't know. Maybe they have.
Look, they need those brains donated. That happens from the family, you know, like on your driver's license.
That sounds very weird, but very cool if they can, you know, they do that. So, meanwhile, a fresh area of concern is the unknown health consequences of nano and microplastics in the brain, Bearer said. Quote, nanoplastics in the brain represent a new player on the field of brain pathology, she said. All our current thinking about Alzheimer's disease and other dementias need to be revised in light of this discovery.
Quote, what I'm finding is that there's a lot more plastics in demented people than in normal subjects, she said. It seems to correlate with the degree and type of dementia, end quote. The quantity of plastics also has associated was associated with higher levels of inflammation, she said. Baer's work builds on years of collaboration with Gary Rosenberg, medical doctor, professor of neurology, and director of the UNM Alzheimer's, University of New Mexico Alzheimer's Disease Research Center, which won a 5-year, $21.7 million NIH grant in 2024 that supported Baer's research. Rosenberg, a longtime chair of the UNM Department of Neurology and also director of the UNM Center for Memory and Aging, has published extensively on the association of vascular disease with dementia symptoms.
Another quote. When we started thinking about putting this ADRC together, I thought one of the things I should look at in this vasculature. What is a vasculature? Anyway,
a type of vascular
study.
Study.
Okay. Because nobody's done it systematically and comprehensively, and we have a world's expert here at UNM. Baer said. Okay.
Continuing the quote, describing the pathological changes in this comprehensive way is really new. What I'm hoping will come out of this paper is working with other neuropathology ADRC cores across the country to develop consensus guidelines for classifying vascular changes and the impact of nano and microplastics on the brain. Definitely an area that's got to be researched.
Maybe they're onto something here.
Yep. How do we get rid of microplastics? We need to get rid of it.
Yeah, but think about it. What do we have? That's probably.
We used to have glass milk bottles in the 50s that were delivered in person. Now we got plastic.
Yeah, but again, our pipes are plastic. Packaging is plastic.
Maybe we go back to iron pipes, copper pipes.
That's kind of on the same line as kimchi. That's just crazy, and it would just drive. Everything would be so expensive.
I'm just saying.
I know. If they could pinpoint it to that, I'd definitely be for some kind of a modification, because it's crazy. Plastics, everything. So anyway, I hope they pinpoint this thing and get it zeroed in on, because it's
let's keep an eye on this.
It's a nasty disease. So
yeah. All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you in the morning.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.